Well, this is Rhythm Circus's first ever video interview with Meredith Godrow, aka Gregory and the Hawk. Okay, so you made your career kind of singing in kind of bars around Brooklyn. How does that compare to kind of like touring and being somewhere like this in the UK?
It's a lot. It's like different in some ways, and a lot different in some ways, and pretty similar in other ways. This place specifically is kind of very similar to places I would play in Brooklyn. But overall, the energy and the organization of tour is completely opposite. Because when I would live in New York, I would just kind of take any show that any friends were putting on at the last minute or wherever they were, so tour is a lot more planning.
Is it because you toured a lot with the first album that Fat Cat Records put out, Moni and Kitschy. You toured a lot for that all around the world. What was that like? Suddenly have to do that.
Well, it did feel like a lot. I'm kind of learning that people tour, many fold more than that, or times more than that, but still, even the amount that I did tour was a lot more traveling in a short span of time than I've ever done before, and then also I was playing music, so it was really eye-opening.
What was your favourite moment of the tour, your favourite destination?
That's a big question. Well, there were a few tours we did, a couple in the United States, the East Coast, and we went to Europe a couple of times. I always enjoy going to Brighton. Tom Lavis is one of the guys on Fat Cat, and he's always like hilarious and fun to hang out with. And we go to Billy's in Brighton. You can eat like a big plate of mash or whatever you guys call it.
With sausages. With
yeah,
bananas.
like this huge plate of amazing food. And then I got to go to Japan, and that was by far the most different place. And I had been to Europe before, but I had never been to anywhere in Asia, so that
Do you have a big fan base in Japan?
The show there was really amazing. The label there is really good, and also Adam Pierce, who produced my record, or the last record, already has a following there from his band Mice Parade, and I think it's being connected definitely probably helped.
That's going to be my next question, actually, what it was like working with Adam Pierce, because obviously he produced all of your first album, and a little bit of this one as well, and you also did vocals for one of the tracks on his most recent album, didn't you?
Yeah.
So what's it like working with him?
Well, it's interesting. I think we work pretty well together. I had never had anyone produce an entire record for me and have that be the goal. Like, he was kind of saying, I'll take over the whole thing and make it sort of his own. So that was kind of a new thing for me anyway. And he's very, he can kind of hear what he wants to do and just like make it happen pretty easily. He's really skilled for getting certain sounds, I think. And I really respect what he does, so it's kind of easy to hand that responsibility over. The new record I also kind of really liked making because it allowed me a lot of freedom, and I like that too. So.
Because you work with so many different people, and the mixing and the production of the new album, and with the music as well, with the instrumentation. So how do you feel that the sound has changed between the two albums on Fat Cat?
I think it couldn't really be more different, and that's my opinion. I'm not sure if it comes across that way. They are all songs that I wrote, but I wrote a lot of them on the newest album in kind of a different way. Kind of starting by just like recording myself, and all the things started as just like demos, and then I had some people help me make some of the sounds more better. I don't know how else to say it. But yeah, Moni and Kitschy is really smooth to me and very you know, a package of things that sound the same, and my new one is a little more of an experiment for me. I think it's a little bit rough around the edges, which I'm not always happy with, but I really enjoyed making it, and so to me it sounds like that, so I was happy.
Yeah, I think the new album's a little poppier than the previous one, and one of the songs, is it Push Your Return, actually uses a chorus from an 80s song, doesn't it? Died in Your Arms Tonight by the Cutting Crew.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do that?
That is kind of the most undone song in the whole thing. It sort of just happened by accident, and then at the end of the recording, making the album, I had like a lot, too many songs for an album, and I was kind of editing which ones I wanted to include, and I just liked that one. It was done in like under an hour. It was just like a fun thing to have.
Yeah, it was really striking because that's quite a cheesy song, but you make it sound really beautiful. So I was pretty impressed by that. But yeah, it seemed like you were having quite a lot of fun with that one. I just saw you sound checking and noticed you had a really beautiful kind of wooden harp. Is that a kind of special instrument to you, or where did you get hold of that?
That's Adam's, and
Okay.
he had it at his house, and I just was kind of between having favorite guitars that I really like to play, so I kind of thought maybe I can try to learn this, and it was sort of challenging, and I was looking for something to focus on, so I sort of started learning it. I think he just found it at a music store. I don't know if it has a particular history, but I really like it.
Okay. I thought you were going to admit to stealing it just then. It's like I saw it at Adam's apartment.
No.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So, do you know what's next on the card? Are you working on any new projects, or if there's another album, is it going to be something that's very produced like the first one, or something a little bit more freestyle like you've done on this one, or what are your plans?
Well, one thing I'm really looking forward to is that me and Mike, who I sometimes play with, this guy Mike McGuire, who's had a lot to do with all of my recordings in the past, and isn't here with me on this tour, but was here last time I played here. Me and him have sort of a side project called Royal Family, and he does like beats and produces some songs that I've written that we kind of like collaboratively try to turn them into like dance ballads or something. So we have some songs that we've been working to try to release, and when I get back we're gonna finish that. And also, I think when I'm away on tour I really enjoy thinking just that, like, oh, I wonder what I'll do next. I think when you go away and travel you kind of like form that in your head. So I don't know, but I'm sure it will be more songwriting, but I don't know. I often want to arrange strings, so maybe some of that.
Yeah. The strings are a big part of your sets normally, and your music. So that would be really nice. Maybe working with like a full string section or something.
Yeah, or just making it myself.
Sure.
I don't know. My brother plays cello too, so I was thinking of getting him to help me.
Great.
Thanks.
Yeah. Are you guys able to stay for the show?
I'm staying for the show, yeah, and you are too.